An investigation is underway in the biggest haul of oxygen concentrators recovered from restaurants at the posh Khan market in Lodi Colony. A London link now that's emerged in this black marketing of oxygen concentrators. Owner of Matrix Cellular Services, Gagan Duggal, who is a London-based entrepreneur there, has now been identified as a kingpin, a mastermind, along with Navneet Kalra, who's been hoarding oxygen concentrators, selling them for a premium price. Who's still on the run? More details in this report.
एक मशीन पर पर्सन मैं खान मार्केट वालों को दे सकता हूं उनके घर की यूज के लिए.
Listen to one of the kingpin in the Khan market O2 concentrator scam. Biggest black marketing haul this year. Hundreds of oxygen concentrators recovered from posh Khan market. High-profile personalities looting the vulnerable amid the pandemic. 4 arrested, but hunt for key accused Navneet Kalra is still on. As the probe deepens and case unravels, a London link has now emerged. While Delhi Crime Branch is probing the matter, a new name, Gagan Duggal, who is a London-based businessman, has surfaced. Duggal is the owner of Matrix Cellular Services, the company which allegedly procured concentrators from China and Hong Kong, which have now been seized by Delhi police. Duggal's name surfaced after police arrested Matrix CEO and chartered accountant Gaurav Khanna, who allegedly was responsible for procuring the oxygen units and deciding the cost at which they will be sold. According to the police, the concentrators were purchased for 16,000 to 20,000 and sold between 50 to 70,000.
Town Hall and Khan Chacha are two famous landmarks in Delhi's posh Khan market, but now these places are under scanner of Delhi police for black marketing and hoardings of oxygen concentrators. The Delhi police believes that Navneet Kalra was being helped by his friend Gagan Duggal, who stays in London and who owns Matrix Cellular Services. Now Gagan Duggal and Navneet Kalra were exporting these oxygen concentrators from foreign countries to India, and Navneet Kalra was selling these oxygen concentrators at a very high price. Delhi police also claims that this is a case of black marketing and hoarding of essential items, especially at a time when the national capital was dying due to lack of oxygen. Patients were dying, and this person was hoarding and black marketing these oxygen concentrators, which could have saved someone's life.
Under fire, Matrix Cellular Services has moved Delhi High Court and demanded back the concentrators seized by the cops. The company has alleged witch hunt by Delhi police and said that the masks, oximeters, sanitization equipment and oxygen concentrators were procured as part of company's corporate social responsibility policy. According to the company, the life-saving machines were kept at a centralized location for easy distribution. This even as an audio clip of Navneet Kalra, the owner of Khan Chacha and other restaurants in Khan market, has gone viral, where allegedly he is making a sales pitch to his Khan market friends.
मैंने सारी डिटेल आपको सेल्फ एक्सप्लेनेटरी मैसेज में भेजी हुई है. कौन सा मॉडल है, क्या है. एक मशीन पर पर्सन मैं खान मार्केट वालों को दे सकता हूं उनके घर की यूज के लिए. और अगर किसी को भी चाहिए तो पेमेंट डिटेल्स मेरे पास मैक्सिमम 3 बजे तक भेज देंगे, तो वो मशीन ब्लॉक होंगी. 3 बजे के बाद मेरी मशीन सारी खत्म हो रही है, तो मैं खान मार्केट फ्रेंड्स को भी नहीं अलॉट कर पाऊंगा.
The case has now reached the Delhi High Court, which will hear the matter on Monday.
The Delhi police has searched multiple places in Delhi NCR region to arrest Navneet Kalra, who is still absconding. The Delhi police also claims that this racket of black marketing and hoarding of oxygen concentrator may be much bigger than what it appears as of now. With camera person Satyendra Bhatti, this is Manish Pandey in Delhi for India Today.
Absolutely inhuman, insensitive act. These are from the Delhi High Society, those who don a philanthropic hat and in the name of charity, black marketing and hoarding oxygen concentrators at a time of dire need. We're looking at the allegations against Navneet Kalra here, who's currently on the run. In fact, Navneet, along with Gagan Duggal, have been hoarding oxygen concentrators. They've furthermore black marketed these oxygen concentrators, of course, without any license there. Theft of excise duty and taxes. This is the allegations that's been made against them. sale of medical items without proper licenses. Like I did mention, they had no approvals. Sale without bill or GST. That's another violation here. And obtaining medical items as donations. Here we hear that it was in the name of donations or charity that several of these oxygen concentrators were given out, but nonetheless, still at a much premium price. Selling medical aid there for profiteering. As much as he would say it is to help someone in need, we see that the price was a lot more than what was procured, that was being sold. Selling low-grade Chinese equipment as oxygen concentrators. Many complaints have come on that nature, that many of those concentrators were of low grade. They did not have adequate approvals. It was Chinese mal is what they believe. Using food house license there for hoarding medical equipment, which is strictly illegal. And also use their celebrity status to spread the word and, of course, ensure that people bought their oxygen concentrators. Let me quickly cut across to Manish Pandey for more details on that. Manish, we're looking at Navneet Kalra still on the run. Will he be arrested? That's the question here, as now a lot of dissent grows louder against Navneet Kalra, that he's still on the run. No news of him. We believe that he's trying to apply for bail while he's on the run. In the meanwhile, his managers have been arrested and they've been booked.
Yeah, well, Navila, at this point of time, as we speak, there are multiple raids which are being carried out by multiple teams of Delhi police in Delhi NCR region, where they suspect that Navneet Kalra may be. It is also in different states also where the Delhi police have gone, but as of now, he has not been arrested. What Delhi police believes is that Navneet Kalra was running a black marketing and hoarding racket with the help of Gagan Duggal, a person who stays in London and also who is the owner of Matrix Cellular company. Now, this company was exporting these oxygen concentrators which were bought from foreign countries to India, and these oxygen concentrators were sold at a very high price. Now, the Matrix Cellular company, they have given a statement saying that whatever they were doing, it was only to help the people in Delhi. But the question is, while he was hoarding more than 500 oxygen concentrators, more than 96 were recovered yesterday, why didn't they contact any hospital? Because there were patients dying due to lack of oxygen in hospital. Why there was no contact established? Why there was no NGO involved in it if they wanted to do any service? And also there is an audio recording in which he is saying that I am giving you the bank details, you need to book your order and then only we can deliver. Yeah. So it seems that there was an operation
cash, only then delivery. And we hear many of them who paid did not get the delivery in time because the consignments did not come in time. So this was a full-blown business in the name of philanthropy, and that's the objection that the Delhi society seems to be having, saying that such kind of influential people should not get away. Sonny Walia, who is of course part of the social circles in Delhi, has been quite vocal with this regard on black marketing of oxygen concentrators. Whoever be it, Navneet Kalra or anybody else, this is not right. Here's what he has to say. Navneet Kalra hoarding oxygen concentrators at a time of a pandemic really has disturbed the entire Delhi society. In fact, he was in the high circles, within the circles. He has promoted the oxygen concentrators in the name of philanthropy, donning a charitable or a philanthropic hat. He has sold oxygen concentrators, possibly for a higher price. I have with me joining us Sonny Walia, who's called this out very specifically. Sonny, thank you very much for joining us. Sonny is an entrepreneur. He's known Navneet Kalra as well. Sonny, we know that you have called him out. You have written on your social media platforms, and for speaking up, you've received several threat calls, we believe.
Thank you so much, Navila ji, for having me on the platform. I know Navneet, yes, but I have not called him out or any individual or restaurant. I have written on my platform what I felt was the need of the hour. And the need of the hour is that I have seen in the past that most of the restaurant owners or big businessmen get away by framing their managers. And I just asked a question that are owners accountable to anything that goes on in their premises? And I got close to 400 comments under my post and quite a few calls requesting me, asking me to take it down.
But why did they ask you to take it down, Mr. Walia?
Maybe well-wishers of people who are concerned. I have no idea. I cannot confirm that it was Navneet who was involved or whether he's guilty or not, because I'm neither the investigative agency nor the judiciary.
Yeah, but what kind of threat did you receive?
People telling me to put it down or else, and whatever. I don't want to get into those details, and I don't know who they came from or what they are, and I don't want to get into that debate. But my specific debate on my platform, which is Gourmet Planet, was that is it right for the owners to push the buck to their managers and not be accountable? And that was a very simple, innocent question that I got, which generated like a storm, actually, close to 400 comments in less than 24 hours. So,
no, but this is definitely ruffled feathers, undoubtedly. Navneet Kalra, at his restaurant, which only has food house license, has now hoarded medical equipment and to the tune of 500 oxygen concentrators. What we believe is that many of these oxygen concentrators may not even be of graded value. It was a Chinese mal, many of them not working is what the complaints that we saw. At a time of a pandemic, first of all, hospitals were grappling. They wanted oxygen supplies at the earliest. And here's a man who was hoarding it in his restaurant. Your view on that as part of being in the society, how do you look at it?
Anybody, and I'm not taking names, anybody who is hoarding at a time like this is unpardonable. I'm sorry. I belong to a culture where seva is what we've been brought up in, and I expect people in our society, our peers, our friends, people we know to do the same. But also at the same time, if somebody is doing a business, there's nothing wrong in doing that business. Like I said, I cannot get into the legality of Nabila of this matter, but I wouldn't do it. But I can't stand in judgment for anybody else.
Well, you do know that the circles are, in fact, that message where he was selling oxygen concentrators, it was spread across all social media groups, and that's how the word spread. And he seemed to have quite a network and sold it for 5 times the price. That's what's believed. But he claims in his defense that this is, again, of course, I understand that you don't want to specifically speak of him, but he claims that this is just business. What kind of business is this in the time of a pandemic?
Like I said, I don't endorse it. I don't subscribe to it, but each to their own. I am not in a position to comment on his behalf or why he's doing it, or if he's doing it at all. To be fair, I don't want to be a person to try him out.
What are your friends saying, Mr. Walia? What are the people around the circles?
They all have the same view, that nobody should make unnecessary profit out of the sufferings which are going on these days. I mean, what is happening is visible to everybody on television. It's sad. We have to do our bit to ease the pain, not to, and for all he was trying to ease the pain. Nabila ji, I'm sorry, I cannot, blame him without knowing the facts. We don't know.
Well, an FIR has been filed against him. He was hoarding essential commodity. And as per the police, there is, he may have been philanthropic. He may have given it away 1 or 2 for free, or must have helped someone in need. But there were that many more that were hoarded. And 500 concentrators hoarding it doesn't seem like it was of good intention.
I just sincerely hope that our investigative agencies just for once, do a good job, come out with the truth. If the person is guilty, punish him. But don't speculate on things that we don't know.
All right. This is no speculation, Mr. Walia. Let me remind you again that this is a serious case. The man is on the run. He's absconding, and he has hoarded oxygen concentrators, sold it for a much higher price. No license, no bills. This is illegal. And
then he must be punished. He must be punished. There is no two ways about it. Whether I know him personally, socially, friend, no friend, but anyone who does it and is convicted and is proven has to pay for it and has to be punished. There are no two ways about it.
All right. Mr. Walia, it appears that the Delhi social circles are of the same view. I've heard many of them, seen social media posts there slamming Navneet and those who are involved in this scam. Thank you very much, however, for speaking up and taking a stand. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to go back to Manish Pandey, who's joining us right there from Khan Market. Manish, let's be very clear here. Navneet Kalra and Mr. Duggal has been hoarding oxygen concentrators, black marketing it. In fact, it says theft of excise duty taxes, sale of medical items without proper license, without bill, sale without GST, obtaining medical items in the name of donation, hoarding it in his restaurant, which has only a food house license. At a time like this, shouldn't the police be on a literal manhunt and no bail should be given?
Yeah, well, Nabila, we can say at this point of time is that there is a manhunt on for Navneet Kalra, but remember, he is not a very small person. He has his own contacts. He has
all the more why
network,
an example, a precedence must be set.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Nabila, what we have seen in the past that whenever there is a case against a big personality, the agencies have not done the job very fair. But Delhi police claims that they are doing their job very fair. They have already arrested 4 people. There is a manhunt on for Mr. Navneet Kalra, and soon he will be arrested. This is what the Delhi police is claiming. But at the very same time, we are also expecting, and according to sources, Mr. Navneet Kalra might file an anticipatory bail application before the court so that he might not get arrested by the Delhi police.
Manish, on what grounds will he possibly get bail? On what grounds will he possibly get bail?
Yeah, well, the application, according to sources, might be on the grounds that these medical items were not for hoarding or black marketing. They were getting the medical items from a foreign country, and that was being sold to people who were in need. But at the very same time, Delhi police is also saying that they have the bank account details of Navneet Kalra, they have the audio recording, and they have several other witnesses in the case who have given a statement saying that Navneet Kalra was selling these oxygen concentrators, whereas he was not authorized to sell these oxygen concentrators. Also, the price, according to Delhi police, was 20 to 22,000 rupees per oxygen concentrator, but it was sold to people at a rate of 70 to 80,000. So if a person who is not interested in business, who is interested in mankind for humanity purpose, why will that person earn so much amount of profit? And this is one of the strongest ground for Delhi police. But as far as Navneet Kalra is concerned, and what appears from the statement from Matrix Cellular company, that they will be giving a ground that these oxygen concentrators were for people of Delhi, those who were in need, and that is...
well, there's absolutely no grounds there, Munish. If you really look at it closely, this case has, it's clear in cut. They were hoarding. It is an essential commodity. A notification on that has come earlier last month that oxygen concentrators are essential commodities, and they have not informed or intimated any of the health officials or the police or the government officials that they are keeping that quantity at a restaurant or wherever it is. So there is no explanation. Let's really hope that the judiciary is watching and takes a wise decision on that. Now, in the second wave, we do know that the oxygen concentrators here is super precious. And in fact, Navneet Kalra, Gagan Duggal, they are selling these oxygen concentrators. They say that many of them, a few reports coming in, that many of them were not even of graded quality. They were of sub-quality, not even proper oxygen concentrators, Chinese mal. But I'm going to take you through a quick glimpse into an exact oxygen concentrator, how it looks, how it really works, and why this is really the most precious item today. Let's take a look. Gaurav Sawant.
This is an oxygen concentrator, much in demand these days. This is a 5-liter machine. This comes with a 2-year warranty. Let's unbox this machine and show you what the oxygen concentrator is and what it's capable of. So now when you take a look at this machine, read the documents very carefully. Let's now unbox this machine for you. It comes with the cannula and the humidifier. Let's take out the machine. It's about 19.5 kgs in weight. So you need perhaps 2 people to operate it. Rather simple to unbox and operate. The electricity cable around it, connect it to the power point. There is also a cable underneath. You need to cut that. That's for the compressor, not to move in transportation. I've cut that. Read the documents very carefully. The humidifier also has the minimum and maximum limit of how much water does the humidifier, how much water it should have. Let me now fill this. So this is minimum, this is maximum. This is minimum. I've filled it just a little below the maximum mark. Then tighten it carefully, see water doesn't slip, water doesn't come out of it. This is the nozzle. This is where the nozzle is supposed to be connected. You connect that. Again, make sure you're connecting it properly, no leaks. When you've checked it's been done, then you bring out the cannula. Two sides to it. One side goes in here. And then you switch it on. It's good to go. The machine comes with a display. It's at normal right now. This lever, of course, tells you, this knob, at what level you want the oxygen. Your doctor will tell you how much is required. This is 5 liters. This is the maximum. You can keep taking it down to 4, 3, 2, 1. Also comes with, it's functioning normally. It's producing oxygen at the moment. And then the other side, you can just put this in your nostril and you can start breathing. This, as many say, is truly